August. I wanted to show you this first. We got the latest update on the Atlantic hurricane season. They're still predicting an above normal hurricane season with 13 to 18 named storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, and 2 to 5 major hurricanes. Not much of a change since um, last time. And just because it says we're going to have these many hurricanes doesn't mean any of them are going to hit land. They could all stay out to sea. And we also could get weak storms like Chantal that have moved on land and created a lot of flooding problems. So when we look at the tropics right now, see a lot of dry air out here in the tropics, especially in the Caribbean, low levels, mid levels. And you can see 96L, that system that they've been has a 60% chance to develop in the next 7 days. If you look at the latest from National Hurricane Center on this, sorry guys, I had this up. Still showing as of 2 a.m. 60% chance of development with this storm out here in the off the southeast coast. Not likely to bother anybody, and there are even lower chances of developing a tropical system. Although it's still possible, it's really not going to bother anybody. And so, if you look, I always like to use the Google DeepMind here to show the different low centers and the AI models here. You can see here the 96L, it never even wants to do anything with it as far as developing a low pressure system here. And further in time, it wants to put something off the the Gulf here, and the system up here off the Carolina coast. Not showing much development either. But this system out here, I think, is the biggest one we really need to talk about um, because this one looks like it has legs, and it, these models want to develop. WeatherNeck's graph model wants to develop a tropical cyclone just north of the Lesser Antilles at 9 days from now. And what's inhibiting the development of 96L? First of all, we have a pretty, we have this moisture pocket moving with it northward. We also have an upper level or mid-level feature to its um, east. And we also have, it's mid-levels aren't necessarily super dry, but they're not that moist either. And that's one of the factors. Another factor is sea surface temps, where 96L is. Sea surface temps have to be, are supposed to be within 26 Celsius, 80 degrees F, for a tropical cyclone to develop. So this is I can't even draw on this now. Anyway, you can see where 26C is, that's 80 Fahrenheit, and 96L is moving over waters that are cooler than that. And that's just one factor. If you look at wind shear, where the system is right now, it's in see that feature the levels there. It's forecast to have quite a bit of wind shear right over top of it as well. Although there will be a little bit of a high pressure over top, it's not likely to encounter much better conditions as it moves northward. However, this system down here in the south, it's like it's going to skirt underneath it with a high pressure system on top of it. some good equatorward outflow. And you can see what happens here is it moves further to the west with the GFS. You have GFS model. Um, see the equatorward outflow and some poleward outflow developing as well. And what that does, it helps evacuate the air from the top of the system outward, um, outflow, and that divergence aloft is reflected at the surface as convergence. And see what's happening here. You have quite a bit of, well, not a lot of poleward evacuation right now, but some convergence here. But equatorward have quite a bit of divergence. Although there is quite a bit of shear on the eastern side. Interesting. But we'll just have to see how this evolves. Anyway, to look at this, I just want to go forward and look at this system from a model perspective. This is the American model ensembles, which consists of 31 members. You can see when you get to around August 17th, quite a few members that are showing in this area. The same thing with the, let's go to the European ensemble and 12Z. We don't have the today's running yet. It wants to show the same thing, but that far out. So, given those factors, and given the fact that sea surface temps are going to be warm enough, shear up around the system is going to be a high pressure system over top of it. Shear is going to be light, at least from what I can see at this point. It's pretty far out still, but the model agreement is pretty remarkable here. If you go through time, you saw what the GFS wants to do. Wants to put a system right off the southeast coast of Florida. In the European, we go back, so Z wants to do the same thing. And given it's this far out, I'm really surprised at the model agreement. We'll just have to see if that holds over the subsequent days. Right now, it's not even off the coast of Africa yet. So we'll just have to see how this evolves and develops. We'll have a long time to watch it. So don't be alarmed by anything you see on social media. Um, I think the tropics are going to remain active for the foreseeable future. Of course, we'll have lows in activity as we do every year, but this is the prime time for tropical development over the tropical Atlantic.